I'm going to take you through the task for GC1, which is setting up a music workstation. The idea of this is that we've got various different pieces of equipment which, when put together correctly, forms a music workstation. Okay? And your task is to configure and connect all those pieces of equipment in the right way, so the end result is that you can hear sound from the variety of different sources that we've got. Alright, so I'm just going to take you through the different pieces of equipment that we've got. Alright, Paul, if you just want to come down here. Alright, we've got firstly a laptop running Cubase. Alright, then we've got a MIDI controller keyboard. Alright, this is the Korg MicroKORG XL. Alright, this isn't just a MIDI controller keyboard like the ones you used to working on Cubase in the computer rooms. This has actually got onboard sounds. Alright, so what you're going to be doing is triggering Cubase. Alright, you're going to be sending information to the laptop and then sort of bringing it back and re-triggering this, as well as sort of having computer sounds as well. Alright, so that's why we've got this piece of equipment as well, which is the mixing desk. We're going to be mixing these two sources, alright, sound from this and sound from this, and we're going to be plugging some headphones in here in order to hear that result back. Alright? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, alright, we're going to make sure we've got all the power supplies. All the power supplies should be, when you do the task, next to each of the piece of equipment, alright, just so there's no confusion. Alright, so I'm just going to plug each one in now. That's the Korg MicroKORG in. I'll just switch that off for a second. Don't switch anything on just yet. Alright, if you have a look at the end of this connector for the mixing desk, alright, it's quite an unusual thing. Have you got that in focus? Alright, it will only fit that mixing desk anyway, alright, just so there's no confusion. Okay, that's the mixer in. And the laptop will run off batteries anyway for a duration of time. Alright, but just to make sure that, you know, if you're mid-song or you know, you're doing a very sort of important piece of editing, that your laptop just doesn't go and all the power drains out of it, it's always best to power it up from the main supply. Alright, one other sort of piece of equipment that we've got is this thing which hangs around my neck. Alright, this is a dongle. This contains the license for Cubase. Alright, Cubase won't work if one of these isn't attached to the system. Alright, so what we'll do, it won't be around my neck when you do the task, I'll put it on the computer or somewhere, and put it in the USB slot on the side. Now, there's one on this particular laptop, there's a USB slot on the side, there's also some around the back, alright, which I'm going to need to utilise now. Alright, so if we come over here, alright, we've got varieties of different leads that we're going to need. There's no sort of extra leads and stuff to throw you. You've got exactly what you need in order to complete the task. Alright, so first of all, alright, we've got a USB lead. Alright, that's got two different USB connectors on each side. Alright, this square looking one will go into the keyboard itself on the back. Just want to come around here, Paul. Alright, into there. Alright, and then we'll stick it into the back of one of these. It doesn't matter which one. Alright, but just the first one. Alright, as you can see here, alright, the MicroKORG has got traditional sort of MIDI input and outputs, but it's easier and it needs less leads if we use one USB lead. MIDI data can flow from here to the laptop and back from the laptop to the keyboard down the same lead. Alright, so we don't need any sort of extra MIDI leads there. Alright. Next we're going to need to get sound from each of the pieces of equipment. Alright, this particular lead is stereo mini jack. Have you got that? Alright, stereo mini jack to 2 1/4-inch jack. Alright, and that's going to be used to come from the laptop. Alright, the front of the laptop here. Alright, there should be a headphone socket. It should be green in colour. Alright, so we come from there. And now we're going to